Hey guys, and welcome back to War Thunder. It is KrebsCOHO here in the Sherman Firefly, one of the 4 new British vehicles that have been added to the game. Check this out, we're on break, and it has those new markers in the map that show you where to go. Pretty awesome, I like that change. But we're in one of the 4 new British vehicles, and in my opinion, probably the hardest one out of those 4 to use. And in general, compared to other tanks in the game, very, very difficult to do well with, and mostly because of the lack of survivability in this vehicle, making it very hard to do well with. Often what ends up happening, you get penetrated near enough anywhere and you die. You're working on a skeleton crew with almost no armor. So I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to the Achilles with this vehicle, and the main reason is because, well, if you're buying one of the British vehicles and trying to figure out which one to go for, then of course comparing the vehicles to each other is a good tactic to figure out which one to purchase. But also, this tank comes out after the Achilles, and so naturally it would make sense to kind of compare the two. Now, in a nutshell, this tank compared to the Achilles, same amount of firepower, same cannon, same penetration on the same shells. However, it has slightly better reload speeds at just about 6 seconds compared to the Achilles 6.6 or up to 7 seconds. It has better mobility, faster traverse speed on the turret, much faster in fact, look at that. However, it has a big profile, a very big profile. I mean, look at that hull armor. That's like 2/3 of the tank. And it only has about 50 millimeters of armor on that hull. So as you can imagine, that's battle rating of 5.0. That is nothing at all to work with. It dies very, very quickly. So you might think, okay, then maybe at the very most I'll just expose my turret to the enemy. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the turret has more armor, about 100 millimeters, but it doesn't matter. At this battle rating of 5.0, every tank near enough has more than enough penetration to take out guys within your turret. So as I said earlier, it has a skeleton crew, 4 guys within it. I mean, usually you have a 5th guy who acts as the radio operator, but you know, we kind of forgot him back at the military base. Yeah, that's our mistake. We'll maybe pick him up after the war is over. He's not going to see any military combat. But that one less man, that one man being down is a huge difference. Because what often ends up happening, since you have no armor in the hull, is that people shoot within there, kill your driver, and then that goes straight into your turret, killing off the rest of the guys within your tank. It makes a huge difference having 5 crew members rather than that 4. It does, indeed. And so what often ends up happening is if you get shot into... Whoop! Let me focus and kill this guy real quick. Okay. I think somebody else might be poking out soon over here as well. So what ends up happening is if you take damage and you lose 2 of your crew members, then that really is going to start affecting your reload speed. You only have the leeway of losing 1 crew member, and then anything afterwards that really starts to affect your reload speeds. So we're just going to hang out in this area, try to wait for people who might come on out. I don't want to block my T-34, that could end up badly for him. And let's see if we can get this guy. Oh! Man. He just missed that one. Uh-oh, that's 2 tanks. That's not what we want to take on. So what we're going to do is throw down a little bit of artillery, get him moving, hopefully. At least that's the plan. And I'm worried about anyone flanking from around the side. So I'm going to relocate now. Just when we capture this point. Come on, give me the points. Thank you very much. We're just going to use these buildings to our cover and to our advantage. Let's try to get people who might come around the sides here. Oh. Come on. See, that is so awkward. I wanted to shoot at him, but it looked like the terrain was just blocking me from getting off a clean shot into him. I really wanted to shoot him, but oh well. Well, see, there you go. He can shoot you almost anywhere, whether that's into the turret, first shot into the turret, taking my guys out that way, second shot into the hull, and there you go. So it doesn't really matter what armor you have, because vehicles at this tier just have more than enough penetration to take out your guys. So what I gotta do now is work my way back to the battlefield. Still first place, or second place now. Didn't manage to kill anyone, but I capped 2 zones on the bright side. Nowhere close to getting a bomber. I really need to get kills here. So what I gotta try using is these buildings to my advantage, but at the same time, I mean, look at the big profile. I have to stick out a lot of my tank. If I want to move forward, I have to stick out a lot of my tank firstly, before I can even expose my cannon to shoot at the enemies. So it is very awkward indeed to try and take on the enemies. If anything, it's probably best to use this tank in a long-range sniping capacity, but in arcade battles it's kind of difficult, because there's not really that many opportunities, not really that many maps that give you that opportunity for long-range skirmishes. Maybe Carpathians being the most obvious example, sniping from the hill downwards at the enemies. Maybe Ash River, if you go on top of the hill and conquer it, then you can maybe snipe across the map. But another thing to consider, lack of gun depression as well. That's as low as it goes. Not very characteristic of the, or kind of uncharacteristic of the other British vehicles that have a lot of gun depression. Just this one just does not really have that. So now we've got to play a little bit more cautiously, trying to figure out exactly where the enemies are going to be, because this is where the front line battles are going to be taking place. Sitting at 3rd place, we're just back onto the battlefield. We can recover. We can recover. Just got to make sure we find some enemies that we can shoot at. We can climb our way back to 1st place and more. So what I'm going to do is try working around this KV2. I don't want to get in front of his sights, because that could lead on to bad things. He's playing kind of aggressively here, but we're going to use the building to our cover. Uh-oh. That's nice. Oh, shot him before he could shoot me. Gonna just use this to my advantage right now. I don't think there's anyone around here. Hold up. I think there might be somebody just around this corner. In fact, there is. So what we can do is just wait for him to come crawling around. Or in fact, what I might even do is reverse up a little bit. Actually, hold on. He's coming. Come on, is he coming or what's going on? Okay, there he is. Just gonna aim right into his hull and then into the middle portion so I can take out the most amount of guys that way. Because if I aim into his turret, I mean, I could finish him off that way as well, but I'm more guaranteed to hit a lot more critical stuff if I aim centrally into his hull. And then see if I can kill anything that way. Anyway, but we got the T-34 just over here. We're gonna take a shot. Not destroying anything. I've got to back off. I got artillery strikes coming down. Last thing I want is a shell somehow landing into the back of my tank. Alright, so T-34 just up ahead. Nobody around me? At least I hope not. What's going on? Traverse? Oh, dearie me. He's taking out my transmission. And that's exactly what I mean. You have to expose so much of your tank before you're able to do anything. Oh, it's getting crazy around here. It's getting crazy. We're at 1st place. Only 2 kills. It's not a lot. It's getting crazy, as they say. Alright, but we're making a push slowly but surely. Transmission's repaired. Time to bring the battle to the enemies again. Can't do much of bringing the battle to the enemies if I don't have a transmission. Gotta make a sprint. This vehicle has pretty good acceleration, so you can get from you can go up from 0 to whatever amount of speed quite quickly. Nice feature to have. Alright, nobody here. Gotta expose quite a bit of my tank. Just gonna aim centrally. That's his gunners out. And now we can finish him off. Oh, but somebody else taking it! Come on! I don't want to go forward. Because you remember what I said about exposing my tank. Or at least the front portion of my vehicle to the enemy. I gotta expose quite a big... Oh, man. Whatever, we're gonna take a shot. We're gonna take a chance. Nothing. Nothing to be seen. The only way across to the other side is via that bridge. How I would love to. Aha. T-34. We're gonna wait here and wait for him to come out. Shot. That's his engine gone. I think he's got enough momentum, though, to keep on carrying himself forward. We're going to lay some artillery down just to maybe hopefully secure that deal. But I want to try to catch out enemies here if I can, if possible. It'd be really nice. We need to cross this bridge, but it's so difficult to figure out exactly when. I'm going to take a chance at it. Hopefully this is not bad. Oh my dearie me. I was going to say hopefully this is not a bad idea, but... Oh! It was a bad idea. Critical hit on the T-34. What I really needed was a bomber to try and soften up the enemy positions. Oh, check this out. Hold up. Come on, that took out his engine. He's going to be a sitting duck, hopefully. He is. And now, centrally, that's some more guys gone. He's a sitting duck. Come on, give it to me. And we got it. See, that's what I really needed, though. I needed a bomber to soften up the enemy positions. I need to get moving here before I get into this bomber. And man, is it awkward. We've got a lot of points here. We got a lot of points. Normally, I wouldn't be tempted to call this a good game. I mean, it's far from a good game, but honestly, guys, I don't think that you're going to get much better games in this vehicle. It's really hard to do well in. Okay, so we took a shot into him there. Now into the back, because that's where a lot of guys are sitting normally. Still kind of awkward. And somebody else gets the kill. Awkward, man, awkward. Could end up leading to a lot of kill assists in this vehicle. Because the armor-piercing rounds are very strong, but you have to kind of get it in such a way that in a straight line you can knock out a lot of crew members. If you're hitting an enemy vehicle on the side, sometimes that can be kind of hard to do, especially like the ISU where the crew members are like in the front, in the middle, in the back, all kind of over the place. Trying to knock it out from the side can be a little bit of a hard task to do with armor-piercing rounds. So we're gonna now use this bomber to really soften up the enemy positions because, well, good opportunity. There's no fighters on me right now. Oh my dearie me. Looks like I got a little bit of fire going on. We're gonna drop this in anticipation of where this KV-2 is gonna go. And it looks like my... Oh man! My tail control or something was gone. Some sort of control parameter was gone in my plane. Because I wasn't turning anymore. I couldn't turn. But the bombing times have been reduced now to 4.5 seconds. You can actually change it in the game options. Before previously it was 10 seconds, now it's 4.5 seconds because you can actually select when you want the bomb to explode, which is interesting how they changed it. So bombers are kind of almost back to their previous power. Oh my dearie me. Can't be missing shots like that. Really critical to be not missing shots like that. So there's a T-34 way out in the distance there. Way out. But what I'm going to do is not keep myself out in the open. I want to get moving. Hopefully he's not going to be able to hit me now. Good. He doesn't realize that there's a... It's not quite like... I don't know what the word is. There's drop. You have to lead your shells. Okay, that's his engine. So he's on fire. He's not moving. But look how hard it is. Again, proving this point. Look how hard it is to kill a tank from the side. These AP rounds. Be difficult. Oh, very difficult. Oh man, what I need to do now, I think he killed somebody. He did. See the amount of you have no armor on this vehicle. He could shoot near enough anywhere and do a lot of damage. We need to aim into his turret, and there you go, just knocking out the tank so easily. It's a tough life. It is a really tough life playing this vehicle. But you know, guys, in each and every one of my videos, I want to try to show you guys how to use a tank effectively. But there's only so far that I can go when the limitations of a vehicle starts to catch up with you, such as survivability issues, or just depending also on what map you play on. Close quarters map with the Sherman Firefly is definitely not towards its advantage. Anything that encourages long-range skirmishes, much better to work with this vehicle. So, although I want to show you guys you know, good gameplays and whatnot. At the same time, I also want to show you a good and trustworthy review of a vehicle as well. Trust me when I say that this vehicle is hard to play with. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and in the next one, we're going to be taking out the Black Prince, a definite good tank to play with. Until then, this is KrebsCOHO, and I'll catch you guys later.
Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show.